Good morning, Exit 83. I love you. I miss you. I've been thinking about you. I've been praying for you. And I say that not just so you know, but so that you know. When we get alone, especially for extended periods of time like we are right now, we start to feel alone. We can start to feel forgotten. We can start to wonder whether people actually do think about us, whether anybody cares or is missing us. And I just want to assure you, I miss you, and I care about you, and I'm praying for you. And your detour group leaders miss you and care about you and are praying for you. And even more important than that, God knows you. And God is with you. And I don't just say that because I'm a pastor and I have to say something religious. That's the truth. That God is with you. He knows right where you're at. He knows where you're bored. He knows where you're hurting. He knows where you're frustrated. And He cares about that. And He wants to meet you right where you're at. And so I want to encourage you to embrace that and to welcome Him into your presence. Let Him bring you hope and joy and peace this morning. And it's interesting, I was reading John chapter 16. Read John chapter 16. You can actually read a little bit before the end of John chapter 15. But John chapter 16, Jesus is preparing them with bad news. And he's telling them how things are going to be difficult and how they're not going to see Him anymore. They're not going to relate to Him the way that they have been able to. But then at the end of chapter 16 in verse 33, He says, I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Has anybody ever given you bad news, but instead of it freaking you out or causing anxiety or stress, it actually gave you peace? That's so backward. That's such an opposite way of thinking. Hey, you're not going to get to see me. You're not going to know me the way that you've known me. I'm going to be leaving, but have peace. And yet that's what Jesus was saying, because our peace and our hope can never come from our situations. It can never come from our surroundings and the things in our life. He says, I've told you these things so that you can have peace in me. Where are you finding your peace today? Is it in having enough to do? Is it in getting to have fun? Is it in a relationship with another person? Is it in having your way? In what ways are you looking for peace? And are you expecting peace to come? And Jesus said, I've told you all these things. I've told you this difficult news of, hey, you're going to be quarantined until May. I've told you these things that you're going to be in the house a lot more than you'd prefer. I've told you these things that your sports season is over. I've told you these things that the stuff that you've been looking forward to is likely not going to happen, so that you can have peace, not in any of those things, but in me. See, Jesus was explaining that life for the disciples and how they were able to express their faith was going to be changing. Jesus was going to be leaving, but they could still have peace. Because, yeah, in the world there will be trouble, but Jesus has overcome the world. Jesus' relationship with us, how Jesus is available to us, the filling of the Holy Spirit in the life of a believer overcomes the world, overcomes the discouragement of all the things that have been lost, overcomes the loneliness of being in the house and not being able to get together with friends. The presence of Jesus overcomes the things that Satan would want to use to discourage us. It overcomes the things that the enemy wants to use to try and convince you you're alone, you're forgotten, nobody cares about you. So today, I want to encourage you to seek peace, but the peace that only Jesus can provide. Seek peace not in the things that your surroundings have to offer, or because everything's going the way that you want it to, but seek peace in Him, knowing that He has overcome all of this. That Jesus has made life available to us, and that through Him we can find peace.